bamboozled by technology. I had gotten the damn DJI Action 5 to work at home with YouTube and paired up to my phone, but I couldn't get it to work when I'm out here. And of course, I didn't have my camera, I didn't have my computer with me, so I couldn't figure it out. And for whatever reason, you can't see the settings on the YouTube live stream on mobile. So here we are. My name's Seth. I'm in Berlin, as the name suggests. And I was going to do a little wander through Berlin, through Alexanderplatz down to Museum Island. I was going to use my tour guidebook that I have, but seeing as I have to use my phone again, I don't want to do that because that requires holding it and it's a pain in the ass. So we're just going to do a little wander. I hope people join me. If you do, hey, welcome. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and you like and all that good stuff. I make content about Berlin, and hopefully we'll get some people. It's a beautiful morning. I decided to do it early. It's 8:15 in the morning here. A, it's a lot cooler, although today's going to be cooler. B, I'm trying to get West Coast, United States audience, etc. Get other people here. This is the world clock. And you know, it's kind of cool to see the city at different times of day, see what it's like when it's just waking up or just going to bed. You know, it's just a different vibe in the morning. I hope I've got my DJI Bluetooth mic hooked up to this, so I hope the mic is performing a little better than the camera mic, but I just don't know. I have no way of telling, and there's nobody here, so who knows. We'll do a little wander through Alexanderplatz here, see if anybody shows up. So yeah, I don't know why I couldn't get the DJI to work. I mean, it worked when I was sitting at home and I was practicing it, and it worked. Of course, when I get out in the field, it doesn't work. So I have no idea what's going on. But it is definitely a different vibe at 8 o'clock in the morning in Alexanderplatz than it is at like 7 or 8 at night. Like nobody here. I think we're gonna walk this way. Actually, we're gonna go this way. So yeah, if you're just joining me, I hope the audio's okay. I figured out how to hook my DJI Bluetooth microphone up to my phone. So I'm hoping you're hearing the audio okay. If anyone is watching and you want to drop me a comment, let me know if the audio sucks or if it's okay. Last time I tried to use my AirPods and that was atrocious. So hopefully this is a little bit better than that. And go over here this direction toward Karl Marx alley. Oh, they're doing construction on this apartment complex here. It's really loud this morning. I hate having to stream on my phone, to be honest. I would much rather stream using the DJI, but we are where we are. And now we got nobody. Cool. 11 people at one point. Don't know if that's actually 11 people watching or not, but für demokratische Tradition und revolutionären Geist 1848 März Revolution 1998. Let's avoid the police and go this way. I love the FitX building over here. Back in the DDR period, we're in East Germany, or in East Berlin here in Alexanderplatz. This was sort of the center of East Berlin. And the FitX building over here used to be the Haus des Reisens. It was DDR's travel agency. It's a really cool building. I'm going to show you the relief on the front of it, which is, I find to be pretty cool. Like, I don't know, this part of Berlin is fairly unique. It's the most, like, quote unquote socialist part of the city, I think. Most Plattenbau, like prefabricated buildings. You ask me, you could maybe like put this in, set this down in Moscow and it would fit in. Got these wide boulevards, Karl Marx Alley here. I live way down at the end of Karl Marx Alley. Not at the end of Karl Marx Alley, but down past Frankfurter Tor near Frankfurter Alley. Hey there, Pratik. I am in Berlin, and I am in Alexanderplatz, sort of by, well, Alexanderplatz, Karl Marx Alley, and I think that's, I don't remember the name of that street. I'm going to show you this building. Get our steps in this morning. How's my audio? If somebody would let me know how the audio sounds, if it sounds like I'm using my phone, or if it sounds like it's coming through a microphone, I'd really appreciate if somebody would let me know if my Bluetooth mic is actually working. I'd really appreciate it. First time I've tried to do this. Like I said earlier, I tried to use my DJI Action 5 to live stream. I hate using my phone, but I couldn't get it to work out here in the field. So I love this relief. This is a protected building, so they can't make any changes to this building. But I love this, absolutely love this relief. Let's see if I can't. Let's see, will it work this way? Nope. I think this is just cool as hell. And across the street, we're gonna head over there now, is the Haus der Lehrers, the House of the Teachers. That was the teachers union back in the DDR. Head that way. Karl Marx Alley was sort of the like showcase street in Berlin in the DDR. Like Stalin had it constructed to show off like the grandeur of the city, and it's so very socialist with the Plattenbau. And as you go toward Frankfurter Tor, you get more of the like classic style, like neo-socialist classic style architecture, which is, look, I am not an artist. I'm not an architecture person. I don't really know like official names of things. I just know what it looks like. You know what I mean? It looks like classic style, but in a socialist mode. All right, I love this mosaic on the Haus der Lehrers over here. We're gonna go over across the street and take a look at it. Hey there, Christina. Thank you for joining me. Let me know in the comments, where are you guys from? Are you guys in Berlin now? I'd love to know where you're from. How's my audio? Does it sound like I'm speaking through a microphone, or does it sound like I'm speaking through my phone? Because I've got my microphone hooked up DJI microphone hooked up via Bluetooth to the camera, but I don't know if it's working or not. It's the first time I've had to do this. I love the mosaic on the House de Leros here. Cool. I'm glad it sounds good. At least sounds better than last time I did this. I tried to use my AirPods and it didn't work. I love this mosaic. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like the video, do all that good stuff. I make content about Berlin and other travel destinations that I go to. Been going to Poland a lot lately, so I make a lot of Poland content, which people don't sometimes like, sometimes don't. See House de Leros here. And today, I want to say it's like an office building today. It's not used for teachers. And then there's this, was home of the Comintern, where they held the Comintern meetings here at this. It's like a seminar room. All right. See you later. Thanks for joining me. It's a quiet morning. Walk this way. Get a few steps in today. I plan on going to my first German football game today. There's a DFB Pokal match that I want to go to between Dynamo Berlin and Bochum, AB Bochum, AF Bochum, I think, whatever it is. I'm gonna try to walk up and get tickets. I'm trying to make a new series of videos where I pick a Berlin football team to follow, and I'm going to try to go to all of the Berlin football games, all of the stadiums in Berlin that have. Let me start over. I'm going to try to go to a game of all of the teams in the top five divisions of German football that are in Berlin. So I think there are like 5 or 6 teams in Berlin in the 4th and 5th division, and then there's Hertha in the 2nd division, and then Union in the Bundesliga. So I'm gonna try to go to a game on all of the teams here, all of the top 5 league teams, and then pick a team that I follow. I've got tickets to go see Union play Real Madrid tomorrow in a friendly, so it's hard to get tickets to the Stadion an der Forsterei. It's a very small stadium, and so I'm gonna try to make a series of videos about my journey picking a German football club to follow, a Berlin football club to follow, and I hope you join me for that, because I think it's gonna be fun. But I think tomorrow we go see Dynamo. No, today we go see Dynamo. Tomorrow we go see Union play Real Madrid. And then we'll see. I kind of just got to go by, what the schedule works for me, There's only so many games I can see at once. If you don't know me, my name is Seth. I make content about Berlin and other places, wherever I travel. I'm also a big Arsenal fan. So come on, you Gunners. Opening match tomorrow against Manchester United. Looking forward to that. I have high hopes for us this year. I feel we will finish second once again. So maybe not that high hopes, to be honest. So, all right, now we're gonna head to. I head toward Neptune Brunnen. Head that direction. I had a whole plan with using this guidebook that I have from the DDR in the 1980s that has a bunch of like walking tours from Berlin through East Berlin, and I think it's gonna be awesome, but I can't do it and hold my phone and use the translation that I've done at the same time, and then I have maps showing what's there, what's not. Can't do all of this with just one hand. So I'd planned to use my DJI Action camera hooked up to my phone. It worked when I was at home. I get out in the field, and of course I can't get it to work. So we're stuck using the phone today. So we're just gonna go on a walk. Get my 10,000 steps in this morning. I'm gonna try to do more streams. Try to rotate between doing them in the morning, doing them in the evening, and maybe doing on like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Just get out there a little bit. So yeah, leave me some comments, guys. Let me know. We got some people watching, not a lot, but some. Let me know where you're from in the comments. I'd appreciate it. Want to know where you're coming from, if you've been to Berlin, what you like. It's a quiet morning here in Berlin. Let's go by the Rathaus Passage. Das Kanto de Min. There's a Bully Herzig film? No, I never heard of that. Never heard of that one. High Bai is a kind of cake. I did not know that. What does it taste like? What kind of cake is it? It is weird walking without my earbuds and listening to music. And talking to myself and having people walk by while I'm talking to myself. I like this memorial over here to the workers who rebuilt Berlin. It's very socialist. This is a memorial to the workers of Berlin who helped rebuild the city after the war. I think it's really pretty cool. And it is cool today. Almost like we're gonna get some rain. It's been so hot this week that this is such a relief. All right. Let me know in the comments, where are you guys from? Where are you tuning in from? It's early morning. It's about 8:30 in the morning here in Berlin. What time is it where you are? Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. I do fun stuff. I make videos about Berlin. We got the TV tower over here. Apparently, it's the tallest building in Berlin. Actually, let me rephrase. It's the tallest building in Germany. 365 meters tall. Which surprised me when I heard that that's the tallest building in Berlin. I would have thought there'd be a taller building. But, you know, what do I know? I'm just a guy with a camera. Not some kind of expert or anything. Man, I love it this time of day. It's so quiet. I can talk to myself in silence. Let's go this way. People either Alexanderplatz is very divisive. People's opinions, whether they like Alexanderplatz or they think it's ugly and awful. I kind of fall somewhere in the middle. There was a time when I really liked Alexanderplatz. Having spent more and more time here, it's okay. I do like the architecture, the hardness of the sharpness of the architecture for like photography. When I want like to take some architecture photography, the sharp angles and lines are great. It's a really good area for like architectural photography. Other than that, okay. We got a yeller over here. Welcome to Alexanderplatz. You get yellers every once in a while. People just yelling for no reason. So groups of hoodlums. I'm kidding. They're just kids. I love it this time of day because you don't know whether people are just getting out or just coming home. It's a fun time of day to play that. Are you getting out or are you coming home? What's up, man? Donut time. Pretty good donuts. If you're in the area, donut time has pretty good donuts. And if you're coming to Berlin and you're looking to maybe do a bike tour or you want to rent a bike, Fat Tire Bike, I guess they're called unlimited biking now, but I rent all my bikes for my bike tours from Fat Tire. They do a good job. They have really good customer service. It's pretty cheap. It's like for 4 hours, it's like 10 euros. So if you are coming to Berlin, you want to rent a bike. They also have group bike tours. They have electric bikes. I think the electric bikes are like 30 euros an hour, something like that, or 30 euros for 4 hours for a half a day. You can also rent them for like longer periods of time, like for 2 days, I think. But like for a full day, hey man, how much is it for a full day? Either. I don't know. I charge 15. You charge 15 for 4 hours, right?
I think it's wait a second. For a normal bike, you're looking at 20 euros. On an e-bike, I think it's 55.
Okay, so here are the bike tours. I'm doing a little live stream. I rent bikes from you when I do my tours, so I always try to like pass on business. All right, so if you want a good bike renting place, Fat Tire Bikes. I swear I've talked to that guy 27 times probably. He doesn't recognize me. I love that. So, walking back through here. This place looks nice. Never actually eaten there. What is it called? Alex, I think. Yeah, Alex. Looks fancy. Probably 15 euros for a Frühstücksbuffet, for a breakfast buffet. 15 euros. Sunday brunch is 20 euros. I don't know. I kind of have a general rule not to eat when I'm in this area. That's because it's usually overpriced, overvalued, underdelivers, you know what I mean? Another view of the TV tower. Over here on our right is St. Mary's Church, Marienkirche. It is, oh, I guess Munchies is open. So Munchies is new to Alexanderplatz, but there's a Munchies over in Tempelhof over in Neukölln at the Bergmann Kiez, and it's decidedly mediocre. I mean, like, it's about as mediocre as you can get. They have Nashville hot chicken and burgers, stuff like that. It's not very good, but it's like the newest, like, trendy, Instagram thing. I don't know. I don't like it very much, but I don't eat meat either. So yeah, if you're watching, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so, guys. Let's make our way to 5,000 subs. I'm getting real close to 5,000 subs. If you help me out, we can get there. I'm gonna try to do more live streams, just because, like, I like doing these walking live streams because I can get exercise and talk to you. I'm not a big fan of, like, sitting at my computer doing a live stream, although I have done that. I live streamed the American presidential election, but I like doing this because get out and get some exercise. Maybe I'll figure out how to live stream a bike ride. That would be fun. It helps to leave comments, though. Leave me a comment. Let me know, where are you from if you are watching me? It is 8:40 here in Berlin. What time is it where you're from? Let's see if the church is open. I don't think the church is open this early. No, they don't open until 10. So, can't go see the church. But it is the oldest church in Berlin. It was built in the 1300s. I don't know the exact year, 1320, something like that. And my favorite little tidbit about this church is, so this cross here is a memorial to, apparently, the people here, the parishioners at the church, got pissed off at the bishop in the 1400s and decided to burn him. So they burnt the bishop, and that was the memorial for the burnt bishop. Bishop a la King. I don't know what his name was, but I find that funny. So we'll head over here to Neptune Brunnen and the Rotes Rathaus, Berlin's Red City Hall. This area used to be called the Neues Market pre-war, and then it was pretty heavily damaged. The church survived, and the Rotes Rathaus survived, although it was heavily damaged. The rest of this area was really heavily damaged, so the East German government basically cleared it out and turned it into their idea of green space, which is, as you can tell, a lot of concrete. And over here we got the Neptune Brunnen, the Fountain of Neptune, which they haven't turned on yet. I guess they turn it off at night, which I did not realize. And if you come at Christmas time, they have a Christmas market in this area, and it's my favorite Christmas market in Berlin, I believe. I just love it. It's free to get in. They turn the circle here around the Neptune Brunnen into an ice skating rink, which I really think is cool. It's really pretty. It's for the people. A lot of people love the Gendarmenmarkt Christmas market, and it is cool. It is beautiful. But I just think this Christmas market is my favorite because it is so accessible, and it's free, and it has all the things you want in a Christmas market. But I love the Neptune Brunnen. Like, that's kind of a classic Berlin look right there. Neptune Brunnen. Let's see if I can get the Neptune Brunnen, the TV tower. I don't think on vertical I can't get the church, Neptune, and the TV tower all in one. I can't do it. But yeah, the Red City Hall. This is Berlin City Hall. It's built in the 1800s, 1860s. Still Berlin City Hall. Berlin is made up of 12 different districts, and each district has their own city hall also. So I'm not going to go to the Nikolai Quarter today because I did that yesterday. I did that the other day. So, hey, if you're watching, make sure you hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so. I make content about Berlin, and I'm dabbling in the live stream genre. I don't do a lot of live streams. Trying to do one a week, though. At least one a week, one every couple days. Just, I don't know, kind of fun. Effort to get to 5,000 subs. Been doing this for 4 years, guys. Let's get to 5,000 subs. A little bit humid today. It's a lot cooler than it has been, but it is decidedly humid. And it looks a little bit rain-like, although I don't think it's supposed to rain. I think there's only like 10% chance of rain. But if you're watching, let me know in the comments. Where are you from? Where are you watching from? What time is it where you're from? It is 8:45 in the morning here in Berlin. I'm gonna have to, I had not planned on using my phone to do this. I have my, action camera, my DJI camera that, forget it, we're gonna jaywalk on camera. I have a DJI that I finally figured out the other day how to hook up to YouTube wirelessly. But once I got out here, it wouldn't work. So I don't know why. It is what it is. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I don't know if the key code was wrong or what, but I just couldn't stream from it. I'd much rather do this from my DJI. And then I could do what I had planned and be hands-free. So this is Nikolai Quarter. Nikolai Quarter was Berlin's original settlement. Settled here in like the 600s. Nothing left of it. But it was rebuilt in the 80s for the East German government rebuilt it in the 80s to celebrate Berlin's 750th anniversary. And it has these Plattenbau, these prefabricated apartment buildings, kind of above the old-fashioned shops here. And for me, it's like a socialist dream of what a medieval city would have looked like, a little medieval village. It's super cute back there, but last time I went back there when I was live streaming, I lost signal, so I'm not gonna do that today. We're just gonna go by it. Trying to get my 10,000 steps in today. Every morning, it is Saturday morning here in Berlin. Might be Friday where you are. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What are we doing here? Hair's doing something crazy. Let me know in the comments. What time is it where you are? I love this like futuristic, like spaceship looking thing here on this building. Like it just does not fit with the medieval village that they were going for, but it's so funny. It's so East German though, They were kind of obsessed with this futurism, and I love it. Like futurism, but like 1960s future. You know what I mean? Like Jetsons. It's called the Bird's Nest. It's not open right now, can't see it, but that is by far the pinkest restaurant I've ever seen in my life. Like everything is pink. Vilda Matilda. And I think they have a cabaret. I don't know if it's nightly, but they have a cabaret and a cocktail bar. But yeah, you can't really see in. But it is extremely pink and festive, and it's neat. And I want to go one time, but I have not yet been. I hope my audio is all right. Make our way over here onto Museum Island, Museum's Insel. It's called Museum Island because there are 5 museums on Museum Island. The Germans are a very literal people. There's an island full of museums, hence the name. This is the Spree River. Runs through Berlin. Fun fact, there are over 1,000 bridges in Berlin. There are more bridges in Berlin than in Amsterdam and Venice combined. Nobody thinks of Berlin being a watery city, but it is. It's built on a swamp. Then we have the Spree River, and then to the west of the city, in the west part of the city, the Spandau, we have the Havel River. The Panke River runs up into Wedding and into Pankow. And then we have the Landwehr Canal. So there's a lot of water running through this city. Over here we have the old Royal Imperial Carriage House here. Today it's a music school, Hochschule für Musik. Hey, if you're watching, make sure you hit the like button. Really helps me out. Lets me know if you enjoy this kind of content. We have Humboldt Forum over here. Humboldt Forum is built on the site of the original Berlin City Palace. Let me show you these photos. Palace was heavily damaged in the war, and the East Germans tore it down and built what they called the Palais des Républiques, the Palace of the Republic, the People's Palace. And it was meant to be a place where people could come, go to shows, go to restaurants, that sort of thing. It was meant to be I say social and socialism. Try to bring people together. And you can see here, this is the Palace of the Republic up there. You can see the old city palace and these two. This is telling the story of the three revolutions on this site. The Revolution of 1848, the 1919 declaration of the German Socialist Republic by Karl Liebknecht in this site here, and then the peaceful revolution in 1989 up there. And you can see the Palace of the Republic right there. This is called the Humboldt Forum. It's opened in 2021, and it's fairly controversial simply because they tore down the Palace of the Republic and claiming that it had asbestos. Who knows? They could have abated the asbestos if they wanted to, but I mean, they built this. It's more aesthetically pleasing, I suppose. It fits the mood of the place. I'm going to go over here and show you. This is the Volkskammer. This was the seat of the East German State Senate building, and it was built around the same time as the Palace of the Republic. They didn't tear it down, but the stone column over there is the original front entrance. I think we can go here. Is the original front entrance to the original Berlin City Palace. So when they tore the City Palace down, they saved the front entrance, the fourth entrance, number 4 actually, they saved entrance number 4 and built it into this building because that is where Karl Liebknecht in 1919 declared the German Socialist Republic from the balcony of this entrance. So the socialists saved this, which is interesting because the palace itself definitely does not fit with the socialist ideology. Let's see if this is open. They have a really cool they have some really cool stained glass in here. The stained glass is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if the building is open though. We'll see. It's a little early. That's the problem. That's the only downside with doing this so early is things aren't open. It's currently a European School of Management Technology. Let's see if it's open. Nope, not open. That's all right. They have some really cool stained glass. If you're over here, get a chance, check out the stained glass. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very socialist, very much of its time. So if you are watching, please, for the love of all that is holy, make sure you give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm a good guy. I'm a cool guy. I make cool videos. I spend time doing it. Let's not do that. Let's go this way. Let's go across. Let's see. How are we going to go? We're going to go. How are we going to go? I think we're going to go. Try not to jaywalk in front of the police officer here. So, this is the Foreign Office over here. Let us try to not get hit by a car. I got hit by a car on my bike the other day. Kind of sucked. I'd like to say it was the first time I've been hit by a car on my bike, but it isn't. Been hit twice. Once here, once in the US. This one was could have been a lot worse than it actually was. I lost attention for half a second and almost ran smack dab head first into a car. I managed to swerve at the last second and just sideswiped her and banged my arm against the car and scratched up her car a little bit. I'm sure I scared the poor lady half to death. Holy shit, we're gonna get run over. I'm gonna get hit by a bike without being on my bike. Yeah, nobody's watching now. So I hope we're still connected. Who knows? Walk over here onto Museum Island a little bit. I love playing the you just getting out or you just coming home game in Berlin at this time of day. Let me know where you're from in the comments. It is 9 o'clock now in Berlin, 9 o'clock in the morning on Saturday the 16th. Let me know where you're from. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Let's do this, guys. Let us get to 5,000 subscribers soon. Over here we got the Berlin Dome, the Berlin Cathedral. It's been Berlin's cathedral since the 16th. There's been a cathedral here since the 1600s. This particular version of the cathedral was built in the 1870s, 1880s. But it kind of looks like it was built in the 1600s. So kind of neo-Gothic, neo-classical, I don't know. Again, not an architecture guy. But We got the Altus Museum over here. The old museum has Greek and Roman and Etruscan antiquities in it. And it is. I love the time of day because it's so quiet. Like hardly anybody out at this time of day. Hey, let me know where you're from in the comments. Leave me a comment. Ask me questions. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself, which is fine. I don't mind talking to myself. I'm a bit of a crazy person. But I like having a conversation. So let me know where you're from in the comments. So yeah, the dome has several of the Prussian kings. The Hohenzollerns are interred there. And you can go up to the roof. They have a pretty good view from the top up there. I think it costs €8 to get in the church, which I don't know. I'm kind of morally opposed to paying to get into churches, but what are you gonna do? Also, there is a cafe on top of the Humboldt Forum, so you can go in the Humboldt Forum and get a coffee, and there's a pretty good view from up there as well. Wie geht's, Dr. Me? Where are you from, my friend? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for leaving me a comment. Make sure you hit the like button. Oh, Iraq. Willkommen in Berlin, Dr. Me. Wie lange hast du in Deutschland gegangen? Gewonnen. Gewonnen. Mein Deutsch ist sehr schlecht. Ich bin hier für 4 Jahre und mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. Doch, ich bin hier 4 Jahre. 4 Jahre im September. Aber ich spreche Deutsch nicht. Meine Freunde alle sprechen English. Make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so. Yeah, this is the Altus Museum. Built in 1838, I believe. Has Greek and Roman stuff, Greek and Roman and Etruscan antiquities. I am definitely not a museum guy. As a historian, I don't particularly like museums. How is the situation? I mean, you know, things are good in Berlin, I think. You know, there's always doom and gloomers. Things could always be better. Things could always be worse. You know, how are things there? So you'll see the damage on the columns. See, anytime a building survived the war, you'll see damage. It's like you can see damage on the column here still. Any building that survived that hasn't been reconstructed is going to have damage. So I'm headed over. This is the Altus National Gallery. Has German art. The original, a bomb pretty much destroyed the original. This has been reconstructed, but the colonnade here in front of it survived. And I don't know how this little colonnade survived when the museum behind it did not. It is a miracle that it survived, to be honest. Rent. So I always say, like, questions like that depend on what you're used to, right? Where I'm from, Berlin is a very affordable place. It's cheapest, probably still cheapest national capital to live in. I mean, I have a very, very small apartment though. I have an 18 square meter apartment and I pay 700 euros a month. So, which per square meter is a lot, but it's fully furnished. We got a tour group going on here, I think. Yeah, we got a tour group going on. But look at these columns. You can just see how much damage are on the columns. Try to avoid these people speaking Russian. But look just how damaged these columns are. Next to it over here, this is the Neues Museum. It has Egyptian antiquities in it. It has the bust of Nefertiti. I have been in this museum actually once with my friend from Austria, my Austrian friend. And it smelled like bird shit. I mean dog shit, because I stepped on a big old pile of dog poop before we went in, and we still get to laugh about that. So, Austrian friend, if you are watching, did I just step on a whole bird? You'll know. If you know, you know. These columns. Hey, if you're watching, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, guys. What are you waiting on? I make cool shit. Make a lot of content about Berlin, but not just Berlin. I travel throughout Germany, throughout Europe, and try to film as much as I can. I just put a video out that not a single, like I got like 35 views. And I was like, I can't believe I just got 35 views on this video. I usually get about, 500 views on videos. And it was about Treblinka and visiting the death camp, and nobody wanted to watch it. So I make content that I want to make. If I want to walk around showing you stuff on Museum Island, I will. If I want to make contents about history and about the war, I'll do that. Ain't nobody gonna put baby in a bucket, a basket, or whatever the saying is. I have been to the Black Forest, but it has been a long, long time since I've been to the Black Forest. I'm trying to remember when I went. Maybe like 2001. But honestly, I don't travel nearly enough through Germany as I should. I kind of been really concentrating on Poland lately. Like, I've been to Warsaw like 4 times this year. I've just kind of become obsessed with Warsaw. But I'm gonna try to start making more day trips as it gets a little cooler. I've got a list of places I want to make day trips on. Oh, good. I'm glad you discovered me, man. Welcome. Thanks for becoming a follower and enjoying my stuff. Man, these eyes of these statues really weird me out. Like, I don't know if you can see, but like they paint their eyes like semi-realistically, and they just freak me out. And there are some statues in Potsdam in the Sanssouci Palace of some black people that are like highly problematic in 2025 standards. Like, I don't know how I don't know what you were modeling these people after, but that's not what people look like. But yeah, I think that's Friedrich the Third, maybe. I'd have to look. They're all named Friedrich or William or Friedrich William, and I don't know. I can't keep track of these inbred motherfuckers. You know what I mean? I'm American. I don't claim a lot of my Americanhood, but I do claim the fact that I don't bow to no king. Ain't no kings in my game. Do Germany have beautiful suburban neighborhoods? Not the same. It is not the same as in the U.S. Um, and one could debate about the beauty of, you know, suburban neighborhoods. They do look pretty on TV, but they are pretty lacking, I find, of culture, of like good food. You're gonna find a lot of, chain restaurants, fast food, that kind of thing. But there are like suburbs in Germany. There are suburbs in Germany, yes. Not quite the same. Yeah, no, I get it. There are like really pretty neighborhoods in the U.S. for sure. For sure. I just watched a movie called Weapons with Julie Garner. I just saw that in the movie theater the other day. Wow, what a great movie. But that was like the typical American suburb. I'm gonna have to plug my phone in. So I'm gonna have to set my phone down for just a second and get my charger out. So give me 1 second here. Let me get my charger out here. I had not planned on doing this via phone. I had planned on doing this with my DJI, my action camera here, but for whatever reason it decided not to work. It worked when I was at the house, and it's just decided now that we're not gonna connect to YouTube. Uh-oh. Well, that's not a great thing. So, do I prefer houses? If I could, I don't know. I mean, it all depends, right? I like houses, but I don't like having to like use cars, and I don't like having to like drive to get everywhere like you do in the US. It's not my favorite thing in the world to have to drive everywhere. But I do, and I don't like taking care of houses. I don't like. I've had houses. I've lived in houses, and I've before I moved here, had a nice big house. Typical American big house. But gosh, you just had to, like, there's so much that could break, so much that it was like constantly doing maintenance, and it's just, I don't know. I like not having to take care of houses. All right, back to it. We now have battery power, so we're good. Oh. All right, we got another view of the dome here. I don't know, man. I don't have a driver's license, so I can't drive, and I never take the Autobahn. I haven't driven a car in, I think, since I was in France, like 3 years ago, almost 4 years ago. All right. How is the audio? Is the audio okay? I'm using a microphone. Here, see this mic? I'm using this microphone, and it's hopefully better than just the phone audio. Yeah, the Deutsche Bahn kind of sucks. I mean, it's hardly ever on time. I one time was I was coming. I was what, a month ago. When I was in Warsaw. I was coming home, and I don't. Yeah, it's DB's fault. I was coming home, and I got stuck on the border, the Polish border. I guess apparently they have to switch drivers, and so the driver was coming from Berlin to take the train to go back to Berlin, and apparently like the power went out on the rail line between Berlin and Frankfurt Oder, which is the city on the border of the German city on the border of Poland. So when they did that, we sat there for like 2 hours waiting for the driver to come. And it was so it should have been like a 5-hour drive or a 5-hour train turned into a 7-hour. And on the way going, I had to take a bus between Berlin and Frankfurt Oder, which is a 2-hour bus ride as opposed to like a 45-minute train ride. So that added 2 hours to the trip. So overall, it was a 7-hour trip each way, when normally it's about a 5-hour. So that was kind of annoying. But hey, if you're watching, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you have not done so. We got the Pergamon here. The Pergamon Museum is actually closed until 2037, which seems like a long time. This is the modern front entrance here. But then if we go back around here, I'll show you. It stretches all the way back here to the train stop back there. We'll go that direction. How long have we been straining? We've been straining for an hour. I think I'm gonna go for 2 hours. I think that's the plan. Get my steps in. I guess streaming on the phone's not so bad. It's just when I stream on the phone, I have to hold the phone. So maybe if I get something to like attach the phone to, but then I can't see the comments. That's the thing. I have to like look at the screen. So if I use the GoPro, the action camera, I look like Jack Black. Oh man, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but kind of look like Jack. I haven't heard that one before. That's funny. So this is the Pergamon Museum. It is a little windy out here today. It's cool. It has been so hot. I think it was 35 yesterday, and I think today the high is 25. So it's a lot cooler this weekend. Thank God. Fortunately, I don't have any tours booked. So if you're watching and you're in Berlin, you want a tour, hook me up. I am going to see. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see FC Union Berlin play Real Madrid, and RC. Hey man, I'm gonna go see. What am I gonna go see? I'm gonna go see. What was I saying? Union play Real Madrid. And then today, I think I'm going to go see Dynamo Berlin play in the Pokal Cup. What do I do for a living? I guide tours. I work on my master's degree. That's what I do. RC, man, good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I saw your latest video. I thought for some reason I was thinking you were here. I don't know why I was thinking you were in Germany. Maybe you were on another trip. Thanks. Oh, that's right. Okay, I couldn't remember, man. You should. When do you retire? Oh, yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yes, I remember. Sorry. I talk to a lot of people. I get confused sometimes with who is what. Yeah, I remember having that conversation. Yeah, you're from. Remind me in Texas where you're from. I'm from Dallas. December 2028. Man, I was thinking if I had stayed in if I had stayed in, if I had done 20 years, I would have retired 5 years ago. That's so crazy. Oh yeah, I'm from Dallas. DFW in the house. You don't have any desire to go back either. I applaud that. So this is the Boda Museum up here. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button, guys. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I'm just out here getting my steps in for the day. Trying to decide. I try to purchase tickets to see Dynamo Berlin play Bochum, I think they're playing in the Pokal. They're playing here at Hohenschönhausen, so thought it'd be fun to go see that. I can't buy tickets online, so I'm hoping I can just walk up and buy tickets. But we'll see. I'm making a series of videos, I think, where I'm going to try to pick a team to follow in Berlin, a football team. And I think there are something like 5 or 6 teams in the 5th division of German football, and then like 4 or 5 teams in the 5th or 4th division, 5th division. No, there's like 5 or 6 teams in the 5th division, 4 or 5 teams in the 4th division, and then Union in Bundesliga 1, and then Hertha in Bundesliga 2. And I'm trying to, I want to like go to all the stadiums, try to experience a game at all the places, and pick a team. I know it'd be easy to pick like Hertha because they're the biggest, whatever, but that kind of like defeats the purpose, right? Hello. I want to, and there's an SV Lichtenberg, which is close to where I live. Might be interesting too, but we'll see. Back to the river. See, it splits and goes on both sides of the Boda here. It goes on both sides of the Boda here, boat on this side and that side, and it comes back together as one here. So it literally forms an island. Museum Insel forms the island. And this is the Boda Museum. Has Byzantine art in it. Damn, she was kind of cute. What this guy's doing. Kind of work. Oh man, well, anything in the tech sector, computers, engineering, anything probably in the HVAC field, probably mechanics, welders, also. All of that's probably anything STEM related, probably. You could always get a master's, you know. In order to do like a bachelor's here or what's not abitur, what's it called, an internship, you'd have to do it you'd have to know German. So if you can speak German fluently, you have a lot more opportunities than I do, since I don't speak German fluently. Montbijou Theater, little Shakespearean type theater. I have not been there. I should check it out though. I've heard it's really cool. I mean, I'm sure it's possible to teach English as a second language. I've heard of people doing it, but man, like, I don't know that Germany is the market for that, since, I mean, they all start taking English when they're like 5, right? But for like people who are maybe for people who are not German, I'm not the expert on that thought. This is just me selling. I don't want to like say no, because that could very well be a thing to do. I just don't know that it's as, I don't know if there are as many jobs here as say in Japan for ESL. Oh really? Omarzaki. I'll check it out. I'm very curious what he thinks of Dallas. You know, having been born and raised there, you know, I'm like, why would anyone actually like move there? But a lot of people do. So, you know. My hips are sore today, man. Getting old like sucks. It just takes longer and longer to recover. I did basically a 20-mile bike ride on Wednesday. It's a great bike ride, but my hips are sore. I don't use words like never because you never know. Never and always are limiting though, you know, like I can't say that I'll never go back because, you know, my parents are older. I just don't know. I'd prefer not to, especially with who's in charge now. But, you know. Oh, yeah. So guys, I'm gonna take a little pause here. Let's see if I can mute the. I'm gonna mute the audio and mute the video so I can take a leak real quick. Nope, not doing that. That was gross. I need to pee though. So at some point we're gonna have to find a little bathroom because yeah, take a leak. But that was vile. Ugh, I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Montbijou Park. I think we'll walk over to Hackescher Markt. Get a coffee at Hackescher Markt maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I never say never, especially because I want to do a PhD, and I'm open to going anywhere in the world. You know, I've really kind of been looking at like Australia lately because I want to do a PhD, and it would be kind of nice to have an English speaking country. Say, look how much, I mean, there's a lot of English here, right? There's a lot of English here. But it doesn't matter, like, I could be C1 level German, and I'm still not going to, like, fit in, I don't think. I love it here, don't get me wrong, but, like, I always feel like I'm going to be an outsider. But, yeah, the quality of life is very important, and you can find it here for sure. Oh, I mean, Hamburg, Berlin. If I were you, I would probably avoid the East. How do I put this? If you look like me, it's easier to blend in places. And there are places that are not as welcoming of people who are not German. No, it's not that the people make me feel, it's just like when you're speaking in a language that is not your own, it doesn't matter whether there's German people speaking English or English people speaking German. If you're speaking a language that is not your own, there's always going to be a little bit of a disconnect. And I mean, I'm sure, I mean, you're speaking English right now. I'm sure it's not your first language. You would probably be more comfortable speaking your first language, right? And so, like, there are things like you miss nuances, you miss jokes, you miss, you know, humor sometimes. It just doesn't translate all the time. Yeah, the AFD is what I was getting at. So, it's not that anyone goes out of their way to make you feel that way, at least me personally. It's just that there's always that barrier. And if you can overcome that barrier, and it doesn't mean you can't build a nice, good, great life here. You know, you for sure can. I love it here. Don't get me wrong. But there are times when I'm like, God, life would be easier if I lived in an English-speaking country. But like I said, I want to do a PhD, and I don't know. I mean, I'll go if I can stay here. I will. If I have to go somewhere else, I will. And I'm open to going anywhere in the world. I don't particularly want to go to the U.S., but I will. Maybe, I don't know. Depends on when the Civil War comes. To be honest, I feel like something's going to happen at some point, but we'll see. So this is we're at Hackescher Markt. This is a really old, one of the oldest active S-Bahn stations, if not the oldest active S-Bahn station in Berlin. Hey guys, make sure you hit the like button. If you're just joining me, my name's Seth. I live in Berlin, hence the name of the channel. I make content about Berlin, content about traveling through Europe, content about football, content about whatever I want to talk about. So, yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know where you're from. It's 9:30 here in Berlin. Let me know what time it is, as long as I don't get hit by a car. Let me know what time it is where you are. What's wrong with the US? RC, you want to take that one? If you're still here. Peter Payne. I haven't been in the US in 5 years, so I get, and I have family, and they have a weekend market here, by the way. It's really cool, but it's just now getting set up. Man, really need a restroom. Yeah, we don't have free health care. There you go. That's a good one. Well, nobody has free health care, but we don't have affordable health care. We don't have good public infrastructure. We don't have a social net, if you will, security net, really. I tell you what, these ladies over here make the best Gotzlema in Berlin, I find. And these are good. All of this is, I think, vegan. Well, not all of it, because I think, yeah, the kofta has meat in it. But there's so much good vegan food here. Like the zucchini puffer are amazing. And the Gotzlema are really, really good too. I love that zucchini puffer. I get the zucchini puffer like, I kind of want a zucchini puffer right now, actually. We're not going to do it, not yet. Don't have cash. So we're in Hackescher Markt. 4:32. Is it Saturday? What's the Altenheim? I don't know what the Altenheim is. Shit. You got a lot of big groups around here. Ooh. So this is the Hackescher Höfe. Höfe is like plural to Hof. This is a series of, Hof means courtyard. So this is a series of connected Hofs. And they've got like little restaurants, and it's a pretty neat little area. Kind of too early for anything to be open, but it's a pretty neat area. Let's get around this group. Good little coffee place here. Oh, old folks home, Altenheim. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't have an opinion because I don't know. What I do know is we gotta find a toilet.